The year is 2026, the world is buzzing with anticipation, and the countdown clocks are ticking down to one of the most awaited sporting events on the planet. The FIFA World Cup is making its grand return to North America, hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. For the first time in decades, three nations are coming together to welcome the world's best teams and their passionate fans. It should be a celebration of unity and diversity, with fans sharing tacos in the lively streets of Mexico City, savoring poutine in bustling Toronto cafes, and enjoying smoky Kansas City barbecue at lively festivals. The World Cup promises a feast for both the senses and the soul. But, as always, politics crashes the party, casting a shadow over the festivities and stirring up controversy just as the games are about to begin. Former President Donald Trump steps into the spotlight, raising concerns and questioning the safety of American host cities. His statements ignite a firestorm of debate across the country. He's even threatening to move matches from iconic cities like Seattle and Boston to locations he personally deems safer, sparking outrage and confusion among organizers and fans alike. Suddenly, the world's attention shifts from the beautiful game to a high-stakes political chess match, where every move is scrutinized and every headline adds fuel to the fire. City mayors scramble to defend their reputations and their city's honor. FIFA faces a diplomatic headache of epic proportions, and bewildered fans are left wondering if their tickets are for a stadium in Philadelphia or a cornfield somewhere in Iowa. The big question looms: how much power should a political leader really have over an international sporting event that's meant to unite, not divide? And what does safety truly mean in this context? Is it about political agendas, or is it about the global community coming together in peace and celebration? The joint hosting was meant to symbolize harmony and cooperation, but Trump's intervention has instead spotlighted division and uncertainty, both on and off the field. Meanwhile, Canada and Mexico watch from the sidelines, their own preparations overshadowed, as the US gets tangled in a web of controversy and political drama. The stage is set for a World Cup where the off-field drama might just outshine the matches themselves, leaving the world to wonder, will the spirit of the game prevail, or will politics steal the show? Trump's threats haven't cowed every city. Despite his warnings and dramatic statements, not everyone is backing down. Some, like Atlanta, are fighting back with determination and a clear sense of purpose. Atlanta's leaders point to their Olympic and Super Bowl track record, projecting total confidence. They remind the world that Atlanta has hosted some of the biggest sporting events in history, and each time, the city has risen to the occasion. They highlight recent drops in crime and strong collaboration between law enforcement agencies, emphasizing new safety initiatives and community partnerships that have made a real difference. Their message is clear: Atlanta is ready, and Trump's warnings are more political theater than real concern. City officials say they're focused on facts, not fear. FIFA hasn't suggested pulling matches, so Atlanta is staying focused on preparations, not headlines. The city is working closely with international organizers to ensure every detail is covered. Other cities, like Boston, are also defending their safety records and readiness, pointing to their own successful events and robust security plans. This pushback shows local governments are willing to stand up to federal pressure, refusing to let outside politics dictate their approach. City leaders insist they know their own turf best and won't let politics hijack their moment. They're working with local communities to make sure everyone feels safe and included. The result? A fascinating showdown between local expertise and national grandstanding as cities assert their independence and pride. The cities are drawing their own battle lines, each determined to prove they can handle the world's spotlight. They're determined to deliver a world-class event, no matter the political noise and no matter who tries to steal the narrative. The message is clear. The games will go on, and the spirit of competition will triumph over controversy. And the world is watching, eager to see how these cities rise to the challenge and make history on the global stage. FIFA's initial response to the question of government involvement was clear and firm. "We alone pick the host cities," they declared, emphasizing their independence and authority over the process. For years, FIFA tried to stay above politics, maintaining a neutral stance. But Trump's direct pressure and public statements forced them to reconsider their position. Soon, FIFA had to admit that the US government plays a crucial role, especially when it comes to security and logistics for such a massive event. This marked a major shift. FIFA could no longer ignore the influence and power of the host nation's government. The lines between sports and politics are blurring more than ever. as FIFA increasingly collaborates and appears alongside political leaders. Their decision to open an office in Trump Tower and hold public meetings with President Trump raised eyebrows and sparked debate worldwide. Now, FIFA's long-standing claim of being apolitical looks shakier than ever, as critics and journalists question their motives. This episode reveals the delicate dance between global sports organizations and powerful national governments, highlighting the complexities involved. To successfully host a World Cup, FIFA needs both its own authority and the full cooperation of the host country's institutions. By conceding to U.S. influence, FIFA sets a new precedent. Future tournaments may see even more government involvement. Political leaders may now have more direct control and visibility over international sports events than ever before. The rules of the game, both on and off the field, are clearly changing. And the world is watching closely, taking note of every move in this evolving partnership. Trump has turned World Cup prep into a referendum on urban safety. He's put pressure on cities to prove they're secure, especially those seen as liberal strongholds. Now, host city selection is about more than stadiums. It's about passing a political safety test. Organizers must navigate both FIFA's criteria and shifting political winds. The simple joy of the World Cup is now tangled in a web of political posturing. As if politics weren't enough, a new threat looms. Drones. Security experts warn that drones can be weaponized, posing a real danger at crowded events. The US is behind in anti-drone defenses, making stadiums vulnerable. Drones are hard to detect and can be launched from anywhere nearby. This forces a total rethink of event security. Now, cities must defend the skies as well as the ground. Government officials and FIFA are taking the threat seriously. Protecting fans now means advanced tech, specialized training, and seamless coordination. The drone threat has changed the game. Safety means looking up too. The Trump administration has announced a $500 million initiative for anti-drone technology. The plan funds new systems to detect, track, and neutralize hostile drones. It's a massive collaboration: FIFA, Homeland Security, and local police working together. The goal: a unified security network, ready before the first fan arrives. Security is shifting from manpower to high-tech solutions, algorithms, sensors, and jammers. This investment is both a security measure and a political statement. The hope is that this technological shield will keep the focus on soccer, not threats. Whether it works remains to be seen, but the commitment is clear. Safety is the top priority. The 2020 events. Anamio Bain, Homospine Segs. World Cup is a case study in the collision of politics and sports. A former president trying to dictate a global tournament raises big questions about autonomy and influence. If politics can sway the World Cup, what about the Olympics or other global events? The outcome here will set a precedent for the future. Pulling off a safe, successful event requires true partnership between nations, sports bodies, and communities. The hope that the headlines will be about goals and fans, not political games. The world is watching and waiting for the beautiful game to take center stage.